like this part. Just create a folder. As of now, I'm over here in the B7 React folder, right? So what you people need to do is just create this entire folder, and then you have to go to the terminal. And clicking on the new terminal, you have to write npm install npm create white @latest, and then the name of your front end folder. So for that, I will write front end and then template React. And then you have to press enter. And then here, number of frameworks will be provided to you people. That is the vanilla, Vue, React, React, Lit, Svelte, etc. So here, using the key down, you have to go to the React and then click on enter key. After that, go down using the bottom key from the keyboard and then press on JavaScript. After that, you have to write cd front end. And people can see over here that a front end folder has been created. So you have to go to that folder and then you have to write npm install. Okay, so it got installed. So are all of you there with me? Has everyone done that till here?
मैम एक बार रिपीट कर दो ना.
Okay, let me copy paste this entire command in the chat box so that people can copy and paste it in your terminal. Copy paste this entire command in your VS Code terminal. And tell me after that what are you getting. I'm giving 5 minutes to you people in order to do so. All right. Did you finish doing that? The entire thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. All right. Regarding the session recording, you people will be provided by the session, provided the session recording after the class gets over. All right. Okay. So after creating that particular file, did you find anything inside the front end folder? Okay. Just a second. Let me join the meeting again. Okay. Audible this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here is the front end folder, and after creating the folder, you might have got this SRC folder. So whichever file you are going to create inside the front end folder, those files needs to be present inside the main SRC folder. All right, and then this app.jsx is your default code for your React plus White projects. So how will you be able to know that this one is your default code for the like the default front end of React plus White project? Just write npm run dev, and here you people will be receiving the link. Just hover over that link and press Control key on your keyboard and click on that link without leaving the Control key. So can you people see over here in the page that you are getting a white icon, a React icon, and a heading, a counter button, and then the text. So if I click on this counter button, the counter is being updated by 1. And then over here, it is written that edit SRC. Inside the SRC folder, there is the app.jsx in order to edit this entire page and we have to save that as well. So from here, we know that the app.jsx is the folder through which provides us the main entry point of the React project. Got till this much, or are there any doubt?
Yes, ma'am. I understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here inside the src folder, what I am going to do is I am going to create certain pages. At first, I will create home.jsx. So whichever page you are going to create inside the src folder, or just do not create it directly. First, what you have to do is just create a folder instead of a file and name the folder as components. Right? So why did I name this folder as component? Because inside this folder, I am going to store the components of a particular website. So what are those components? Those components are going to be my home page, the products page, and the product item page. All right. So here what I will do, inside the components page, I will create a home.jsx. Home.jsx. All right. And after the home.jsx, I will also create one more file. That is the React file. That is product.jsx. And this JSX stands for JavaScript XML. Now, what do we mean by the JavaScript XML? JavaScript XML is the combination of JavaScript as well as the HTML tag. And how are we going to use them inside the code? Inside this file, we will see it while writing the React code. All right. Along with the product.jsx, what else I will provide? Inside the components folder, I am going to create one more file. That is product item.jsx. All right. So by now we are ready with our different files. inside the home.js, what I will do is, here I will go. Yeah. Here what I will do, I will import React and I will also import component from the React library. So whenever you are working with React, so the first statement that you have to provide is you just have to import React from the React library in whichever page you are writing the code. And regarding this component thing, just keep this thing in mind that there are two approaches to write code in React. First one is your component, and the second one is your function. So this one component is actually a class component, and here this function is a functional component. All right. So whenever, let me write it as class. All right. So whenever we are working with this class component, the most important thing that we have to do is we have to import this component class from the React library. Got till this much, or are there any doubts? Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
So here what I will write, okay. So just tell me how many of you are familiar with Java? Just raise your hands. I want to see how many of you do know about Java. Okay. So Sandhya, are you there? Sandhya?
Yes.
Sandhya, are you there? All right. Urvashi, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Urvashi, can you tell me which keyword do we use in Java in order to apply inheritance?
Extend, ma'am.
Extends keyword, right? So here
Yeah.
JavaScript as well, we will use the extend keyword. And why are we going to use this extend keyword? So if we are using the extend keyword, then we are going to imply the inheritance concept for sure. For that purpose, I will create a class whose name is going to be home. And this home is a subclass of the component parent class. So you can say that the class which we are creating, whose name is home, is inheriting all the member functions and then the objects from the main parent class, that is the component class, which means that whenever we are writing the code in the class component approach, over there we have to inherit all the member functions, that is the functions, and then the objects, that is the variables, from the parent class, that is the component class, which is why we will write class home extends which class?
Component.
Oh, component. All right. Inside this, just tell me one thing. What do we use in Java to initialize a variable? What do we use in Java to initialize a variable who is having the same name as that of a class?
Constructor.
Yeah,
Constructor.
constructor. Yeah. So here we will also define the constructor. So here I will write constructor. And inside the constructor, I will pass the props as parameter. Now the question arises, what do we mean by the props? The props actually stands for the properties. So whichever variable or data we are going to pass inside the constructor is nothing but the data we are going to use in our website. So those data are nothing but the properties. And what is the use of the properties? The properties are passed from the parent class to the child class. This is why we are writing props inside the constructor. Okay. So here, just tell me which method do we have to use inside the constructor in order to fetch the member function and the objects from the parent class. Which method do we have to use?
This
Super.
Okay. So here we have to use the super method. And inside the super method as well, we have to provide the props. Because the super method always has the arguments in the same signature as that of the parent class, isn't it? All right. So here I will write this dot state is equal to, here I will provide an object to the state variable. All right. One more question. What is the use of the this keyword?
this keyword are used to hold the current object.
Exactly. This keyword provides us the current object. So what we are doing? State is the variable, and inside the state variable, we are storing an object. And that object is having a couple of key value pairs. So the first key value pair will have welcome message as the key, and the value assigned to this key is going to be the message, that is welcome to the home page. All right. So this one is our first key value pair. After that, the second key value pair will be the counter. And the value assigned to this counter is an integer, that is 0. All right. So now we are done with the home class. What to do after this? After the constructor got over, after the constructor, we are going to write a function. And I want to write an arrow function. So here I will create a variable increment. And inside this, I am going to store an arrow function. And this will provide this dot set state. And set state is the function which will help us in order to change the value of this count variable. Understood my point? Or are there any doubt?
Ma'am, can you explain again?
Okay. So inside the home class, we have defined a constructor, right?
Right.
So after the constructor, we are defining a function, and the name of the arrow function is increment. And inside this increment function, we are going to use one more function, that is set state. And why are we using this set state? In order to change the value of the counter key which is present inside our state variable. And how are we going to change the value of the counter key? We will change this with the help of this dot state dot counter plus 1. How do we access an object? Just tell me. Like, it is an object, right? So, all right, let me provide you the basics at first. Say, for example, here is my employee, which is an object, right? And inside the employee, what am I doing? I'm storing an object with certain key value pairs. First one will be name, and then the employee name as Ram, right? After that, I will provide the subjects or the department. And inside this department variable, I am going to store one more object. So there are respective departments like finance, and this will have 25. After that, it will also have marketing, and this will have 30 as the value. So just tell me, if I want to access the value of marketing, how can I access the value?
Employee dot department dot
Marketing.
marketing.
Can you please repeat?
Employee.department.marketing.
Exactly.
This line.
So if an object is present which is nested, what we do in order to fetch the value of this particular key, we write employee and then the object inside which this particular thing is present, that is the department. After that, the main thing that we want to fetch, that is the marketing. So the same thing I have implemented on the very top over here. See, from the state, I'm going to fetch the counter. That is why I have written this dot state dot counter. So there should be change in value, right? I want to change the value of counter, which is why I'm incrementing the value of counter by 1. Understood till this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. So just tell me one thing. Wherever I will use this increment function, what will happen?
Count can be increased by 1 by 1.
Exactly. So
Whenever
whichever
we
data,
click-
yeah. So whichever data the counter variable is having at the current state, that data will be incremented by 1. All right. So as I have told that the JSX stands for JavaScript XML, which is the combination of JavaScript as well as HTML. So I have written a function, isn't it? I need to have something in my website so that clicking on that thing will execute a function. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am. We
Right,
need to
ma'am.
initial state.
Okay. So we need to have something in our web page, right? Like a button or a banner or a slides button through which we can get multiple select options. So we can perform different functions on the basis of those HTML tags only, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So for that purpose, in order to provide the HTML tag inside the home class, we need one more method, that is the render method. So whenever we are using the class component, in order to provide the HTML tags, the render method is the very crucial method. Got my point? And inside the render method, we are going to write one more method, that is return. And inside the return method, we are finally going to provide the HTML tags. And inside the div tag, I will place a header tag. Here, we are going to provide this dot state dot welcome message. So just tell me what will be provided to us as the header.
Welcome to
Welcome
the
to the
home.
home page.
All right. So we are accessing the welcome message which is present inside the state object with the help of the dot operator. That is this dot from the state variable. We are accessing the welcome message key, isn't it? After that, using the p tag. Inside the p tag, I will provide the counter, right? And how to provide the initial state of the counter?
This
Enter.
dot state dot counter.
Great. So here I will write this dot state dot counter so that the initial value of the counter is represented after the counter paragraph tag. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what
Yes.
exactly do render method to execute the code or what? Render method.
No, render method is used in order to render these tags into our website whenever we are using the class component.
Okay.
Got my point? All right. So just tell me, what do I need in order to execute this increment function? Which tag do you think?
Button.
No,
Button tag, right?
non click, ma'am.
here-
there.
I will write button, and then I am going to provide the event which is associated with the button tag. That is nothing but the on-click event. And using this on-click event, I am going to provide the this dot increment function that I have made just above, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
this button is going to have increment written inside it. All right. By now, what are we having inside the home page? We are having a div tag which is taking the data from the where? From the constructor, that is from the constructor inside which we are having a variable state which is containing an object, and those objects are nothing but the key value pair. So the first key value pair is the welcome message and the second key value pair is the counter. So as the heading, it is providing us the welcome message, and then as the counter, it is providing us the initial value of the counter. After that, we can alter the counter with the help of this increment button. Got it till this much?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let's do one thing. Okay. So by now we have created this entire page. So in order to use this entire home.jsx, what we need to do is we have to export this page as well. So using export default home, we are going to export this entire home page and then we will save it. So as I have told you that app.jsx is the entire entry point of a program. So I will erase the all pre-written codes, and here I am going to write my own code. So as I have exported this home page, what I need to do to see it in our website is I will import React from the React library. All right. And since I have exported this home page, I will import the home page inside the app.jsx. So for that, I will write import home. As you write home, you will get the suggestion and click on the that particular suggestion. Let me show you once more. Import. See, I'm writing H, and after that you are getting home, and along with that you are also getting the path inside which the home page is present. So just click on enter. So as of now, we have imported the home page. Now I am going to create a function. And here the name of the function is going to be app. All right. And then inside the app function, what we have to do? We have to render the home page inside the app function. So using the return method, I am going to provide the home. And this home is going to be the self-closing tag. So whenever a tag is closed within itself, we call it a self-closing tag. And one more term associated with it is, this is known as rendering a page inside another page. And then since we have embedded the home page in our main app.jsx, the last thing that we have to do is we have to export default app. All right. And then we will save this. So when we will go to the, see, this got updated in the terminal, right? Can you see? So let's go back to our page. Are you getting the same things? Welcome to the home page, then counter and the increment button.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I click on this increment button, the value of counter is also being incremented to 1. So just tell me at this particular stage, what is the value of this dot counter?
One.
Yeah, 1. And at this point,
Two.
it is 2. Right? So now are you being able to receive a little bit of idea like how the things are working?
Yes, ma'am. Increase by
Yes,
1.
ma'am.
Incrementing, ma'am, by using the incrementing function.
Good. Now what we will do, we are having one more page, that is the products.jsx. Inside the products.jsx, I will import the same thing. So let's just copy paste this. I will write import React, comma. Here I will write use state. And here, from where I am importing this? I will import this from React library only. And here, okay, before writing this product page, what I will do, I will go to the product item.jsx. And here, I will import React from the React library. And then I'm going to create a variable that is const product item is equal to, here I'm going to provide, okay. So as I've said, this one is going to be an arrow function. So in order to provide a parameter to an arrow function, where do we have to write the name of the parameter?
In parent.
Where can I provide the parameter for the product item function?
Inside the parentheses.
Parent.
Okay, inside the parenthesis. So here I'm going to provide the parameter which is product. Okay. After that, here I will provide a return method. Inside this, I'm going to provide a div tag. So in order to provide some styling to this, I will style this using the style attribute. And inside the style attribute, I'm going to provide the border. And this border is going to be 1 pixel solid gray. And then along with the border, I will also provide padding to it. So the padding is going to be 10 pixels. And then the margin is also going to be, say for example, 10 pixels. All right. Inside the div tag, I am going to provide a header tag using h3. And then here I will write product dot name. And after that, I will provide a paragraph tag. Inside the paragraph tag, I am going to provide the price of the product. So here I will represent the price with the $sign. As like if you can also show it in Indian rupees like RS. All right. And here I will write product dot price. So here the name and price are nothing but the props which are passed from a particular file to this product item file. So here I have created these things. So in order to use this product item inside products.js, what do I need to do? Okay. So in order to use the home.jsx inside the app.jsx, what did I do to this home?
Importing.
Import.
Import.
I imported this home inside the app.jsx, right? But inside the
Export.
home.jsx, what did I do? Yeah, export,
Export.
right? So here also, in order to use this product item.jsx, what do I have to write?
Export default
Pro-
product.
Product item.
Export default.
Export
product.
default
Product.
product item. All right. Now we will save this page. After saving this page, we are going to import it inside the products.jsx. So here I will write import and then product item. After that, I am going to create a variable const products is equal to, this one is also going to be an arrow function. Inside this, I will write const, and here I will provide products inside the array. And here I will use the use state. And now the question arises, what is this use state? Okay, so just for now, keep this thing in mind that, let me write it over here. Use state is known as a hook, as a React hook. And why do we use this use state hook? in order to perform the same functionality that was being performed by set state in home.jsx. Inside the home.jsx, what is the set state function doing?
Incrementing.
Changing the value, ma'am.
Yeah,
Increasing
changing the
value.
value. Great. So this is for the class component. So whenever we are writing the code with the approach of class component, at that time, the writing style, in order to change the state of a data from one state to another state, we use the set state in this way. But when we are using the functional component, see, is there any class present inside this page?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, right? Rather than using a class in this page, what we are using?
Function.
Use
Function. Which is why whenever we are using the functional component, at that moment we do not need to use this keyword. Instead, we have to import the useState hook from React library. And now, by using the useState hook, I am going to show you how are we able to change the state from one state to another state. So here inside the useState hook, I have placed one more array. Inside the array, I am going to provide certain objects. So the first object will contain the ID 1 and then the name. Name is going to be iPhone 15. And after that, I will provide the price. So for example, 1 lakh. So this one is my first object. And similarly, I am going to create 2 more objects. So first one was the ID 1 and second one is the ID 2. And with the iPhone 15, I will provide Samsung Galaxy, and then let the price be 1,50,000. And one more object I will create will have the ID 3 and let the name of the phone should be nothing. And here the price will be 70. All right. So what is this? What do we call this array?
Array of objects.
array
Great.
of
This array is known as the array of objects. The array which is having objects as the elements. All right. So after creating this array of array of objects, we have to write the return method. So are you people being able to see any render method over here?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No,
ma'am.
right? So what do we infer from this? Whenever we are using the functional component, we don't need to use the render method in order to render the HTML components inside our website. All right. So here, using only the return method, we can provide the HTML components. So for that, here inside the return method, I'm going to provide a div tag. Inside the div tag again, I will provide a header tag. So this header tag will provide product list. All right. So from the array of objects, can you people tell me what is that particular thing which makes one object unique from the another?
ID.
ID,
can be
right?
different.
Great. So the name can be same, the price can also be same, but the ID assigned to each of the object is different. So just tell me, if I want to iterate through this entire array, which is that particular thing, like which is that particular key that I need in order to iterate through this entire array?
Indexing,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
method, ma'am.
Okay, map method will be used in order to iterate this entire array. Inside the map, what is the key do I need in order to visit each object individually?
Index.
ID.
ID. Great. Because the ID is unique for each of the objects. If, say for example, if I want to perform certain kind of task with the first object, then how will I be able to identify it? With the help of the ID assigned to it. Say for example, I want to change the price from 1 lakh to 2 lakh for iPhone. So how can I do that? I will change the price with the help of the ID associated with the iPhone. Getting my point?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So for that purpose, in order to iterate the array, I will write products, the same thing that I have written inside the array, that is products, right? So here I will write products dot map, and inside the map method, I will provide the product. See, this products is the array which I want to iterate. This products is the array which I want to iterate, and then product is the iterating object, which you can also write it as P only. Understood? So
Yes, ma'am.
P is the iterating object. This one I will write here. And here I am going to render each product item with key P dot ID. And then product is equal to product. Product is equal to P. All right. Can anyone guess why am I writing the product over here along with the product item? Any guesses?
To
Look
provide
at it
data
very
to
carefully.
child.
Exactly. In order to pass the
Okay.
data from the parent to the child, we are writing product. As people can see, we are writing product dot name and product dot price, right?
Yes.
Understood why are we writing the product?
Yes. Pass data from product item.
Yeah. So now we will save both the things, that is products.jsx and product.item. Now, did you people understood from where the data is passing to where? Can you tell me from where the data is passing to which file?
Products to product item.
Product.
Parent
Great.
Product to
The
product.
data from the products.jsx is being passed to the product item.jsx. And one more thing is left to do over here. Can anyone tell me?
export.
Great. We will export this with the help of export default and then products. And now what I will do, I will go to my app.jsx. And what will happen inside the app.jsx?
Importing the
Importing
products.
product.
Okay. So here I will write import products. Right? And then what I will do, I'm going to render the products over here. Okay. So can you people see these red lines after them?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are also having a certain reason. A particular reason behind this is that in a React page, we can have only one div tag. Getting my point? In a single React page, we can only have one div tag, which is why different div tags are not allowed to render inside a single React page. So what is the solution for this?
Real fragment.
We have to just provide angular brackets. And inside the angular brackets, we have to render our components. So here I'm rendering the components. That is the home and then the products. Is any error there?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, right? So here I will save them. Now, okay, there has occurred some issue. Let's see what is the issue. P is not defined. Okay, here I have to write products. Product.id. Save this again. Okay. So are people being able to see the three data? iPhone 15, whose price is 1 lakh, Samsung Galaxy, whose price is 1,50,000, and Nothing phone, whose price is 1,70,000. Understood till this much?
Yes, ma'am. And can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
explain the map function again?
Yeah, Dipali, can you please repeat?
Ma'am, can you explain the map function again?
Which function?
Map.
Is
Ma'am.
anyone able to hear her?
Hello.
She's saying map
Map.
function, I guess.
Okay, map function, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. See, what is this products? Okay, what we have stored in the products. I'm selecting this. You just have to say the name. What is that? What is this?
Array. Array of
Array, right?
Array.
So inside
ma'am.
the products, I'm storing an array. And along with the name of the array, what I have written? I have written the map method. And what I am doing? I am visiting each element of the array. So just tell me, what is the first element of the array?
ID.
No. That is present inside the curly braces. But this entire thing, what do we call this? Which is having the key value pair.
object.
Object, right?
Yes,
And the second pair,
object.
like the second element,
An object.
what is the second element of the array?
Second object can
Object. And third element of the array is
object.
object only, right?
Ma'am, we
So-
also use loop.
Yeah, we can use the for each loop as well.
Okay.
But what do we want to do over here? That depends, right? If we are using the for each loop, we are trying to extract the data from the array. But are we extracting the data over here? Rather, we are passing the particular data inside the product item. Isn't it? Don't you think so?
Yes.
We are passing the data product inside this particular product which we are having inside the product item. We are assigning the data to it. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am. Listen.
So the name which is present inside this product is being assigned to this product item, which is having a variable name associated with it. So how are we doing that? With the help of this map function. We are visiting each element one by one and we are uniquely identifying each element. And how are we uniquely identifying each element? With the help of the IDs associated with each element. So it will at first go to the first ID with the help of product or dot ID, and then it is going to assign the name and price of this particular first element to the product. And what is this product? This product is the same which is present inside the product item. This is nothing but the props. That is the property. Understood?
Understood, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So now are you people being able to understand the flow of the program from where the data is passing to where, and we have rendered this entire data inside the app.jsx, and that this particular data is being shown to us inside this file.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And do we need the render method inside the functional component?
No, ma'am.
No,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
what a reason
It
for not
only is
using
a class
render method
component.
in the section component?
Can you please repeat? What is the reason?
In function component, not using render method
See, the render
for
method is
construction
a
or
no, it's not like that. Different approaches have their different syntax, right? So the class method is a older syntax which we used to do. Getting my point?
yes.
Nowadays, the functional approach is much in use. In the functional component, we are not going to write the render method because that is the old approach of writing the programs.
Yes.
All right, so we will carry on further in the next class. And if you people are not having any doubt for this class, then we can wind up the meeting over here, right?
Okay,
No
ma'am.
doubts, right?
Yes, ma'am. No
Yes.
have any doubt.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. Regarding projects, two projects are individual or group projects, ma'am.
Can you please repeat?
Regarding project work, ma'am.
Yeah.
Within the 3 months, assign two projects, right? So both projects are group projects or individual.
Both are the group projects.
Okay, ma'am.
And one more thing, during the time of project review, even if your teammate is not responding, then you have to make the project. At least you people can try to complete the entire project.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, do we have to submit that whole project on 25th or just the week one tasks?
Just complete that much of thing which I have taught you in the class.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, 25th of July. Oh,
Yeah, 25th. Take the 25th of July and we will tell you the date. Like it can be altered one day before or after, and we will let you know.
Ma'am, only front end, right? Or Java?
See, I have taught you the backend till now. And from
Yes,
today
ma'am.
onwards, we are also working on the front end. And I will also teach you to integrate your front end with the backend.
Yes.
So whichever thing you are applying in the front end should be connected to the backend as well. Like there should be a complete functionality.
okay, ma'am.
All right, you people can leave the meeting now. Fast.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.